This is my second year in 4-H Liberty Leaders 4-H Club, and my projects are meat and dairy goats. And today I will be showing you meat parts on a meat goat. I will be using a good stand, my hands, and my trusty sidekick, Coaches. His leg is back here, and you can get full leg and leg sirloin on his leg. Here's his loin, and you can get loin chop and loin roast from his loin. Here is his rack, and you can get rib roast and chop. Here is his shoulder. You can get leg chop and rolled shoulder. Here's his breast. Here's his portion. Did you know that goat meat is actually called shabbat? And summary, all the meat parts on the meat goat are leg, loin, rack, shoulder, breast, and portion. Are there any questions?
Does he know what you're saying?
I don't know. Yes.
What did you say his name was?
The question is, what is his name? His name is Coaches.
Coaches?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Have you ever eaten goat meat before?
Yeah. The question is, have I ever ate goat meat before? No, I haven't. There's no more questions, and that concludes my demonstration. Thank you.
Pamela and my sister Abigail. I've been a member of the Barron County Liners 4-H Club for 2 years and an FFA member for 1 year. And today I'll be demonstrating to you how to wash a sheep. You will need have my stuff. You will need a fence or post to tie your sheep up to, and obviously a sheet, because then you wouldn't have an animal to wash. You would need a halter, a hose, and a nozzle, but you don't necessarily need the nozzle, but I would recommend it because it makes the washing easier. Dawn dish soap, bright white, scrubber for the hooves, a blanket for after you get done washing, and before you show, you can put this anti-fungus so you don't get like any like sicknesses from other sheep or funguses. So, when you wash a sheep, you will first start off by washing them down. You start at the hooves and up to the neck because you don't want to start at the neck or it will put the sheep in shock because it's like direct cold water. After you wash a sheep down, you will lather it in Dawn dish soap and make sure it's like when you're lathering it in the Dawn dish soap, make sure it's like a brown tint so you know like the dirt is there. And then you'll rinse it off again. You will put bright white on it so it brightens up the wool and makes it a whiter color so it's not dirty because you don't want that when you're showing. You want it to look as presentable as it can. Then you'll rinse it off again, starting at the hooves to the neck. And you want to just stop at the neck because you don't want to get it in their ears because it can mess with them. And then after you rinse them off, you will take a towel and dry them off. And you will put the blanket on them so they don't get dirty before you show. That is how you wash a sheep. Are there any questions? Yes.
How often do you wash a sheep?
After you shear them, usually you either wash them before you shear them and after, or you can wash them before you show. Doesn't really matter when you wash them. Yes.
What is bright white?
Bright white, it's this liquid stuff, and it comes on blue, but when it turns white, that's when you want to rinse it off, and then your sheep's wool will be whiter and brighter. So. Yes.
What do you enjoy most about showing sheep?
Just it's fun and it like brings me joy. So I just really like it. Yes.
How many sheep do you usually show?
What are your two sheep's names?
My ewe is named Bridget, and my wether is named Bruiser. Yes.
How much did you sell last year?
1.
What was it?
I don't remember. Yes, Crystal.
What is a ewe?
A ewe is a female sheep.
So then what's the male?
Ram. If there are no more questions, this concludes my demonstration. Thank you for your time.
Campbell. I'm 15 years old, and I'm a 7-year member of the Colony 4-H Club. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make a scrapbooking page. I composed this topic because I love to scrapbook. So the materials you're going to need are scrapbooking paper, stickers, pictures, scissors, and tape. So the first thing you do is pick your topic, and when I scrapbook, I have this book full of 1 year of my life, and every page is a topic. So today I'm going to be making my dog page. So then I need to pick out my pictures and stickers, and I just have some dog stickers and some pictures of my dog. Then I need to get paper that matches my pictures. So I have copper is like a tannish color, so I have these 2 papers. And so I don't just like doing solid paper, I like overlapping paper. So I'm just gonna cut the edges off of this paper. I think it gives it a better look. Makes it not as boring. So I'm just gonna randomly do this. And you can do it any style you want. I'm just gonna tape them to my darker page. So you can do this with you can do stripes. You don't have to you can do all 4 corners. You can, it's not mine yet. You can do it with these jagged scissors. It really doesn't matter. So when I'm taping this, I'm just doing on the edges a little bit. It doesn't really take a lot of tape. I'm gonna line it up. Okay, so I have my page ready. So after I do that, I need to start arranging my pictures. So I have all my pictures already picked out. I'm just gonna put them on the page in just a random order. It doesn't really matter. And if you notice, pictures like these are a lot bigger. So like extra space like this you don't really need. So you can just cut it off, and doing this makes it a lot easier to fit a lot more pictures on your page. If you're not comfortable with using scissors, there's this paper cutter, and it helps you get a straighter line. Okay, so got these all kind of where I want them. And just one at a time, I'm going to tape these on. Again, just a little bit on each of the corners. And you can do this really however you want. It's up to you. And I always do it one at a time, just so I know where my pictures are. And like these, I'm overlapping these pictures. So when I overlap, I always do the bottom one first. And when I'm putting my pictures on, I always want to make sure I'm leaving room for a title and not making it too busy to where all you have is pictures. So I'm going to put some stickers on later. Overlapping these a little bit. Alright, I got my pictures how I want them. Let's see, and I left room for my title, so I'm going to go ahead and put my title on. And I just have these letters. I'm just going to spell out Copper, because that's the name of my dog. You can get really creative with your title. You can use stickers for a title. Or you can just do what I'm doing and just getting these letters and putting them on one by one. when you're popping out these letters, you got to make sure you get the middle out. That one. Sorry. And it's always good when you're doing this to go and make sure you have enough letters before you start doing your title, because if you have like a long title like Knox County Basketball, you want to make sure you don't run out of letters. Alright, so I got my title on here. I'll let you see it. So then there's like these open spaces, and that's where my stickers go. So I'm going to get my stickers out, and you can put as many or as little stickers as you want. I tend to like to put a lot of stickers on. You just want to make sure you don't get it too busy. So just put some. You can also get like creative with your stickers. So like I have this Pampered Pooch sticker, and I'm going to put it right under where he's getting his haircut. Alright, so now I got these stickers on here and I have a finished page. So to summarize my demonstration, to make a scrapbooking page, you get your pictures, your stickers, and your page all ready. You arrange the pictures on the page. You put on the stickers and title, and you have a finished page. Are there any questions? Yes?
How long have you been scrapbooking?
The question was, how long have I been scrapbooking? And I've been scrapbooking for 7 years, ever since I started college.
So you have 7 scrapbooks like that? Okay.
Yes?
What was your favorite scrapbook page you've ever made?
I always love the goat pages I make, just because I love my goats. Favorite of all time. My show goes from last year. Yes?
Do you like scrapbooking?
Question was, do I like scrapbooking? And I love scrapbooking because it helps you capture memories and all the fun things you do. So you can go back and look at all the things you've done. Yes?
Is there a special kind of tape that you should use while scrapbooking?
This tape I use, I feel works the best. It's Elmer's Tape Runner. You can get it at Dollar General. It's just double-sided tape. Any other questions? There are no more questions. Concludes my demonstration. Thank you.
What do you remember of the Grand County Liners? My parents are AJ and Casey James, and for my demonstration, I'm going to show slides. To show your cap, you will need your animal and a show stick. You will need different types of sprays to make them look good. You'll need a brush, and a comb. You will need, I like to put Coflex around the show halter so the chain doesn't rub against the cast. You will need a rope halter to train them to get used to the halter on it and to use at home. And you will need the liniment hair simulator to help with your calf, to help your calf's hair. You will also need a show stick and a grooming chute. You will need water and feed, a fan, a blower, a place to tie your animal up, a wash rack, a scrubber, and some other things you might need are a bucket, a feed pan, a water hose, a pitchfork, straw, and hay. Are there any questions?
How long have you been doing like
4 years. Yes.
What are all the different types of sprays? Like, why are there so many? Do they do different things, or?
Yeah.
How long does it take to groom your calf or show?
A long time.
How many calves do you have this year?
2. Yes.
How many times do you groom them?
I have to groom them enough times to get their hair to go a certain way. If there are no more questions, then this concludes my demonstration. Thank you for your time.
I have been in 4-H for 2 years. This year, my projects include swine and sheep. Today, I'm going to demonstrate on how to halter a sheep. The materials needed to halter a sheep are a sheep, halter, water, fence, and patience. The first step to haltering a sheep is to approach it slowly and gain the sheep's trust. How I like to gain the sheep's trust is I take my hand and I start on its back and I work my way up its neck and behind its ears. Then I take my other hand and I put it underneath the chin. Then I can straddle the sheep. You can only straddle the sheep whenever the sheep are littler, because the bigger that the sheep get, then the harder that it gets. Now I can put the headstall on behind the ears. Then I can tighten it up a little bit. Then I can put the nose piece on top of the nose and the chin rope underneath the chin. Then I can tighten everything up. Now you can take off the halter and repeat every single day until the sheep gets used to the halter. Then you can start tying it up to the fence. This is how I like to tie it up to the fence. You want to give it enough rope to where it can move around and lay down, but not too much because then it can potentially hurt itself. Now I can give it a bucket of water so that way it doesn't get too hot, or if it does get too hot, then it can take a drink. That concludes my demonstration on how to halter a sheep. Are there any questions? How many times do you feed a sheep? The question was, how many times do I feed a sheep per day? You normally only have to fill it up 1 time a day. It doesn't need that much. Are there any more questions?
How many sheep are you showing this year?
The question was, how many sheep am I showing this year? I'm showing 5 sheep this year. Are there any more questions?
How long does it usually take a sheep to get used to being haltered?
The question was, how long does it normally take the sheep to be used to being haltered? It takes them a little while. It depends how crazy they are at first, because then the crazier that they are, then the longer that it takes. Are there no more questions?
What's the name? Which one do you like the best out of your 5 sheep this year, and what its name?
The question was, what is my favorite sheep this year, and what is its name? My favorite sheep this year is my lamb, and it doesn't have a name. Are there any more questions?
Which out of your 5 sheep is going to be the biggest challenge to show this year, and why?
The question was, which sheep is going to be the biggest challenge to show this year, and why? It's probably going to be my weather, and because it doesn't really like being haltered, and then you just have to drag it around. Are there any more questions? If there are no,
How long do you have to generally leave it tied up?
the question was, how long do we have to leave them tied up? I like to leave them tied up to 10 to 15 minutes. Are there any more questions? If there are no more questions, then this concludes my demonstration on how to halter a sheep.
Here in Edina, there are lots of things with the Knox County Eagle on it. A cup, a magnet, a shirt, and a cake. Wait a minute, a cake? That's right, my name is Haven Hubble, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Knox County Eagle cake. This is my 3rd year in 4-H and my 3rd year in cake decorating, and I'm 10 years old. My other projects include crafts, dogs, consumer savvy, and crochet. The items you will need today are a pattern, a cake knife, wax paper, gel icing, and buttercream icing, and several sizes of tips and bags. So what you'll want to do first is you'll want to take your pattern, which I just have my brother's baseball shirt, football shirt. And what you want to do is you want to take it and you want to see if it's going to fit the cake. Because if it doesn't fit the cake, it's going to drip down the sides. It's not going to look right. So this is the size I want, and if it's not, you could take it on a copier and adjust the size. So now what you want to do is you want to take some wax paper and you want to put it over. Now you want to take your gel icing and you want to start tracing your pattern. Gel icing comes in many different colors and is already in a tube like a writing tip. What you want to do is you want to go slow and work as neat as possible so then there's no smears. And my gel icing is black because it fits my cake best. So after you are done tracing, which you can do details like the eye and feathers like I am doing, after you are done tracing, you pick it up and you put it over and put it in the middle of your cake. And now what you want to do is you want to press down gently over the wax paper and try not to smear it. And then you pick it straight up and there's your design. If any part didn't transfer to the cake, go on directly with your gel icing and trace. Okay. Now you have your pattern. So now what you can do, as you see, I did a border and I filled mine in with star tips. You can do that, it's all up to you, but I'm going to show you how to do the border. So what you want to do is you want to have a big writing tip and a bag of icing, obviously, and you want to have a cake knife. So what you want to do first is you want to take your cake bag and squeeze to make the ball the size you want. And then you take a cake knife and you drag only about half the ball and you drag to make a little tail. And I think it looks cool to use several different colors, but you have to use a cake knife for every color you use, or you have to wash it, and washing it every time is not my thing. So thankfully, I have 3 knives. So after which I did 3 colors, Knox County Eagle colors, but you could totally do whatever colors you wanted. I did 3 colors, which looks like that. And then now, as I did, you could fill it in with star tips and you could put like Knox County or like Go Eagles on it. It's whatever you want to do. So, to review, we talked about how to transfer a pattern to your cake. We also talked about ways to decorate it, and I showed you the drop and drag border. Are there any questions? Yeah?
What's your favorite cake you've ever made and what was on it?
The question was, what was your favorite cake and what was on it? I would say my favorite cake was like a watermelon cake that I did for the fair. It was really cool. Yes?
Haven, is that a real cake?
The question was, is that a real cake? No, it's not, because like if I was going to take this to the fair, we wouldn't allow to have food. So it's just a pan turned over and iced. Okay. Abby?
What's your favorite kind of cake to eat?
The question was, what is your favorite kind of cake to eat? Chocolate or vanilla. Yeah.
What made you like do cake decorating?
The question was, why do you like cake decorating? I like cake decorating because my mom's been a cake decorating leader forever. So just I kind of have to do it. Yes.
So what was the hardest thing when you started cake decorating, and what was your worst cake failure, and how did you fix it?
The question was, what was the hardest thing, what was the failure, and how to fix it? The hardest thing I would say is trying to like make sure that the icing doesn't come out the top. So you have to twist like a claw and then you squeeze it. And then my biggest cake fail, I'd say was, I don't think I've ever had any cake fails. Are there any more questions? Happy? If there are no more questions, then I thank you for your attention and good luck decorating.
I'm Trevor. This is my second year in 4-H. I'm 15 years old, and my projects include shotgunning and photography. What you'll need is a mat board, 8x10 mat board, a plastic protective sleeve, your photo. You're going to want a blank piece of paper to lay your photo down on, a cloth, double-sided stick tape, a frame so that you can center your photo, and a pencil or a pen. What you want to do first is make sure that you're going to want to use the, I guess you'd say the darker white side of your mat board, and put your frame on it so you can make sure your photo's centered and mark it out. Next, you're going to want to use your double-sided stick tape and use about 5 pieces because you're going to want to line out the edges and put one piece in the middle so that the photo is laying down evenly. So now you're going to line out your photo with your double-sided stick tape. And you're going to make sure that no tape is going outside of the photo because it just looks, I guess you could say like sloppy. Next, you're going to want to carefully take your photo and line it up evenly with your board. This is a 5x7 photo, so it's going to go in the middle, and this is an 8x10 photo. But if you're going to do an 8x10 photo, you're going to make sure that it's evenly around the board. You can pass this around to show everyone too. And this is a 5x7 photo to show everyone. I'm going to lay it diagonally because that's the way I printed out the photo. Next, you're going to want to take your cloth to smooth out the tape on the photo so that it's sticking to the mat board. You're going to want to start from the middle and work your way out so that all edges of the tape are onto the mat board. Then you're going to take your protective sleeve and make sure that the flap is facing the back so it's not over your photo. That's how you mat a photo. Are there any questions?
Why do you mat a photo?
The question was, why do you mat a photo? You mat a photo for fair because that's the regulations, you have to. Any questions?
What made you get into photography?
The question was, what made me get into photography? I originally just liked taking photos, and then Echo asked me if I wanted to be in photography, and I said yes. Any other questions? Yeah.
What are your favorite subjects for photos from?
The question was, what are my favorite subjects for photos? I'm not really sure, just anything that catches my eye.
How many photos have you done?
Like showed? The question was, how many photos have I done or showed? I normally show about 2 a year. Last year I showed 3 though, and this year I'm only going to show 2. Any other questions? That concludes since I have no more questions, this concludes my demonstration. Thank you.
If you make slime, make sure you're careful and you do not get it on your clothes. Today I'll be showing you how to make butter slime. First, you get any type of glue you want and make sure you have a bowl and something to mix with.
Go ahead.
Okay. So first you pour in glue. And then if you want to make it colorful, you can add food coloring or paint. I'm using food coloring. And don't use too much, otherwise it will stain your hands. And then you want to add a little bit of shaving cream. And then mix it. If the color's too light, add more food coloring or paint or whatever you're using. If it's too dark, add more shaving cream to make it lighter. Then you want to add a little bit of lotion to make it stretchy. Then mix it. Then you want to take Model Magic clay. Take a little piece off and add a little lotion to it. And mix the lotion into it until it gets soft and kind of stretchy like this. Then to make the slime get slimy, you can get Tide or something else and keep pouring a little bit in until it gets kind of into a ball. Like this. And if it's still sticky, add more Tide. And then kind of mix the Tide in a little bit. And then you want to add Model Magic clay in. And then after that, keep mixing the Model Magic clay in until you don't see any of the white parts.
Does anybody have any questions?
How many kinds of slime do you know how to make?
The question was, how many kinds of slime do I know how to make? A lot. Miss Karen.
Grayson, how many times do you think you've made slime?
The question is, how many times do I think I've made slime? I do not know. Crystal.
Or what if you wanted your slime to be a different color, Grayson?
Like if it's already a color.
If you wanted to make it blue, can you do that?
Mm-hmm. All you have to do is just add blue food coloring or whatever you're using.
Okay.
Blake.
What's your favorite kind of slime?
Probably butter slime. Lily.
What made you like slime?
I don't know. I just made it once and I really liked it. If there are no more questions that
How long will that slime stay slimy?
if you put it in a container or a bag, it'll stay good. But if you left it overnight, like without a lid on or something, it would dry out. And over time, if it became hard, you would want to add lotion to make it softer. And if it became sticky, you would add more Tide. If there are no more questions, that concludes my demonstration.
My name is Jay Solomon. I am 11, and this is my third year with the County Lioness 4-H Club. Today, my demonstration will be easy peasy chicken salad. And my items you need are a bowl, measuring cups, measuring spoons, and the ingredients are celery, canned diced chicken, lemon juice, small red onions, parsley, salt and pepper, mayo or Miracle Whip, and bread. And the directions are combine in a all in a bowl. 1 can diced chicken, 1/4 cup mayo, 1 stalk celery diced, half red onion diced, 2 teaspoons Dijon mustard, parsley. One teaspoon lemon juice. Half teaspoon. And mix well and serve on bread. And that's how I make a chicken salad sandwich. And that completes my presentation. Is there any questions?
Is that your favorite meal?
The question was, is that my favorite meal? No. Any more questions?
Why did you decide to make this instead of anything else?
The question was, why did you decide to make this instead of anything else? Because it's quick and easy. It's summer snack. Is there any more questions?
What other foods have you learned to make in your foods project?
The question was, what other type of food have I learned to make in my food project? This is it. So far. Is there any more questions? This is presentation.